Why would I, a white girl from New York, tattoo a Swahili phrase, nakupenda sana, which means I love you very much, on my arm? Let me tell you about it. When I was 16, I spent 4 weeks in Tanzania with the travel group. We stayed at an orphanage with about 15 of the sweetest children I've ever met in my life. And I felt a particular connection to this one 3-year-old boy whose name was Lazaro. He sort of stood out to me as maybe being a little bit misunderstood. He was the youngest, and while the other kids spoke Swahili as their first language, but he spoke the language of his tribe, the Maasai tribe. It was one of our last days at the orphanage, and Lazaro and I were sitting down in the kids' bedroom, sort of going back and forth saying, I love you, Lazaro. I love you, Alina. Nakupenda, Lazaro. Nakupenda, Alina. It had felt so special to me that he was saying these words because his first language wasn't Swahili and he certainly didn't know any English. And so for him to sit there, look at me in the eyes and understand what he was saying and what I was saying and feeling that like intense human connection and genuine like pure love was one of the best moments of my life. Up until that point in my life, I had never felt closer with anyone than I did with those kids. They didn't just teach me about love in the form of human connection, but loving life and appreciating what you have in front of you, enjoying the simple moments like kicking around a soccer ball, singing, dancing to High School Musical songs. It just shows that humans don't need to speak the same language to create deep connections with each other. You just have to be able to look someone in the eyes, see them for who they truly are, accept them, and love them. The following school year after that summer, I went through the hardest time mentally that still to this day I have ever been through in my life. And there were times where I felt like the only solution to all of my problems would be to exit, quit life. And my mom started it, but she got my family to adopt the phrase nakupenda sana as a way to lift me up during some of my toughest episodes. They knew that this would bring me back to a place of peace and help me remember that I had people in my life who loved and cared for me so much, and that's all I needed to get through. So not only did nakupenda sana mean I love you very much, but it took on a deeper meaning for me and for my family to remind us that having each other is not something to take for granted, that we'd always be there for each other, and that we never had to go through tough times alone. So when I turned 18, I knew immediately my first tattoo was going to be nakupenda sana. I picked the location for the tattoo to be right here because I did engage in self-harm when I was going through my toughest times. They're very light, but like I do have some scarring here, and I decided to sort of cover it up with that tattoo. And when life feels too complicated or I have bad feelings of myself, I remember to look at this phrase on my arm, appreciate how strong I am, and also recognize that there are so many things I have yet to experience, so many people that I've yet to meet that will make such a big impact on my life, make my life so much brighter, experiences that I'll have that'll add to the richness of my life, and that no negative feeling is worth giving any of that up. And by the way, today I am doing fabulously. My mental health is great. Of course, we all still have hard days, but I've learned how to cope with it and not see those hard feelings as being the end of the world. Literally to this day, my family still says this phrase. It's taken on a whole meaning of its own in my family, and it's sort of become an even more endearing and special way of saying I love you. If it weren't for those children in the orphanage who showed me how to live life to the fullest, how to love in the most authentic, deepest way possible, they truly gave me something that would help me get through the most difficult moments of my life. And for that, I am forever grateful to them. It's been 6 years since that trip, and I still think about those kids almost every day. I don't have a way to contact them currently, but I just hope they can feel, you know, like if you believe in spirituality or energy or anything, I hope they can feel how much I appreciate and love them to this day, even though I had to leave. Thank you guys so much for listening to my story. And even if I haven't met you guys in person, I mean it so much when I say I love you. I can feel you. I feel your support. I feel your love. And I hope that you have your own experiences in your life that will help you get through the hard times and serve as a reminder that life is worth living. There's so much left for you to experience and so many people left for you to love. And so many people who are waiting to love you. So I love you guys. Mwah.
Bye bye, Elena.